of LatinoGraduate.net. I'm Aaron Sanchez, your host. We have with us a special up-and-coming actress, Kikey Castillo. Thank you so very much for coming on. Kikey, I mean, we can see you on a lot of things. We see you on Land Heat. We see you on commercials, some film. Tell us about, you're busy. What's going on?
Yeah, definitely. Land Heat's been very good to me, so I do a lot of events with them, being a host, red carpet, sit-down interviews, one-on-ones, and special features. But I'm an actress, you know, first and foremost. I love it. It's my passion, and I love hosting as well. It goes hand in hand. But I've been doing film for a long time. I was in Alpha Dog with Nick Cassavetes, had an amazing experience.
What did you do there?
I played Fernando Vargas' sister, and Fernando Vargas, the boxer. So he had his first acting role in the film. But as Hollywood goes, my very first major feature film that I was really excited to be in, my scene got cut.
Oh no!
Yeah, I ended up on the cutting room floor.
That happens to the best of people, I understand, because they have to just narrow it down. They don't want to, but
I know. And actually, I talked to the director at Sundance, because Alpha Dog closed Sundance about 2 years ago, maybe. And I met him, and he was so kind, and he said, "I'm so sorry." He's like, it wasn't your performance, wasn't anything. We had to cut so much from the film. He's like, "I loved your work, and I will definitely work with you again." And I understood. In fact, I kind of was like, well, you know, if it happens, it happens. And it did happen, so now I'm going to move forward. But you still can see me very quickly at the end of the movie.
There's a quick snip.
If you don't blink, you see me there on the couch with Fernando Vargas when he's captured.
So, I mean, you being an actress now, I mean, having done things and continue to doing things, you know, what would you suggest to our viewers that want to be actresses or actors and to get in the industry? I mean, everybody says, even I remember back in the day, you know, I wanted to do it, but I figured there's so much competition. How do I get into it? So what would you recommend? Well,
this is what I always tell my friends who aren't in the industry and who always are like, gee, you know, I always wanted to get into acting. I always say, if you always have a curiosity about it, do it. Get into a community play, take an acting class, find out. Because there's a big difference between having that thought in your head of like, gee, it would be so cool to be an actor, to actually doing it. It has to be a passion. It has to be your love, because there are so many things, as they say, it's an incredibly tough business. Incredibly. And so you really have to be passionate, otherwise you're going to drop out of the business at the first, you know, 10, 20 no's. And you have to study, and you have to have talent, and you have to put a lot of money into it before you're even making any money.
Speaking of that, that's interesting, because a lot of people think, well, okay, I did a lead in high school, therefore maybe I should just go ahead and audition. And that's happened, or some people go to school. But I see, I mean, you've done a variety of trainings. What were some of the ones that really do you feel have helped you get better and craft your
definitely art? Always taking classes, education, as Tony Plana once told me at an interview. You have to study. I mean, there are those very few beautiful and talented people that come to LA and they get on the hit TV shows, and it's great. I mean, those are the stories, and they are out there. But everyone else, you have to study. You have to know what you're doing. It's different between just talking with me and you here and actually being an actor on set, talking. Like, something changes, something happens to people, and you have to get trained. There's a training that goes with it. So I've always taken classes, and if I wasn't in classes, I've always done plays. I mean, I always try to study and keep busy. A lot of acting teachers have said it's a muscle. You have to work it. You have to keep training it. And the best people will have training. Some of the best actors today in film and television have a gigantic theater resume and constantly go back to do theater on their hiatuses of their TV shows in the summers, or you know, in the off times, or during the strikes. So it's getting trained is so important, and it is so important to me. And as you can see, I have a long list there, and I still have a long list in my mind of people I want to take training from. Yet like you know, on camera, there's there's a few, and also, you know, more theater companies that I want to explore doing productions with, and really well-known, respected acting coaches that I want to study with. So it's just a constant, and it takes money, takes money. So you know, while you're trying to be an actor, you're shelling out a lot of money to get classes and trained, and photos and business cards.
So how did you? I mean, take me back. You know, you as a young one, maybe going to high school. Is this what you wanted, or what's your story there?
No, I wanted to be a CEO businesswoman. I was really into, yes, I really wanted to wear the power suits. I wanted to work in a skyscraper.
Whoa.
And yeah, I wanted to be a really strong businesswoman. And I went to college against all odds, and you know, it shifted in college what I wanted to do. I always say that acting...
That often happens though, right? I mean...
Yes, it does. I mean, I never thought I would deviate so far from going to college and getting a corporate career to arts, you know, and culture and entertainment.
Okay.
Never did it occur in my head until college. But like I said, it's a passion, and it's something that was undeniable for me to not follow it.
Well, I mean, that's great, because I mean, we've talked to actors that, especially in the Latin field, which, you know, they are actors on the front scene, but they also have a back scene. You know, they have like a company of their own, or they've married the two. Either it be a magazine, publication, or an entity or a production company. So maybe down the line we'll see you marry the two.
As an actor, you know, acting will be my love for who knows how long. I hope forever. But I also want to do more in the entertainment business.
Okay.
I think the more you can do, sometimes the better. Not like wear too many hats in my instance. I want to get into producing, and eventually writing. And like Brad Pitt, you know, Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston had their Plan B productions. You know, they're outstanding. They're outstanding actors.
Right.
And
they have their own.
Yeah, and then they have their own production company financing other hugely successful movies. I mean, so they're, you know, I don't know. It's a business. So I guess I still have my business mind and my business hat and my career driven. Now
you have the support of your mom.
Yeah.
Tell us. I mean, your mom had an interesting story as well. Tell us about that.
Well, my mom came from Mexico, and our family were migrant workers, and I grew up in the fields, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I picked, you can name it, I picked it. I remember being in the fields, and you know, so my mom didn't have an education, and my family were migrant workers, but you know, they put us through school, and because I grew up in Oregon, I think, and maybe the environment that I grew up in, I just always knew I wanted to go to college. I don't know how, but I just always knew. And my mom was saddened a lot of times, because she's like, I don't know how I'm going to put my daughter through college. My mom was a single mother.
Right, okay.
Yeah, a single mother.
Okay,
yeah.
wow.
I mean, she was just like heartbroken a couple times, going like, I don't know how, my little girl wants to go to college, but I don't know how I'm going to put her through.
So how did